I am Mohammed Khan. I'm 24 years old, and my major is computer science. My earliest memory that I can recall 100% was probably seeing my favorite movie, which is ironically Toy Story, because I remember going to the theater with my parents, and I was super excited for it. I wasn't even a Disney fan, but I really loved that movie a lot. So yeah, it's very nostalgic and makes me remember times that were much simpler, where I didn't have to go through trials and tribulations to do like the smallest of things like I do now. It was, I believe, in middle school where I figured out the entire back end, sort of like with my minor here with film and how I looked at behind the scenes stuff to get to where I want to be. Same with video games. I looked at how they were created and I thought the entire process was fascinating. So from that point, I decided, let me take some programming courses, and that's where I got to be where I am today. I find it very easy to adapt to the constant changes in technology due to the fact that my major is computer science, so I'm always working with computers or some type of technology in some way. Also, my age, being 24, I'm in that age where I was used to technology advancing as I grew up. And because of that, I feel like in terms of smartphones, computers, whatever it is, it just comes naturally to me. So yeah. I feel like if they choose that type of lifestyle, I would say. They don't want to be that immersed with technology, and because of that, I feel that that's why they're not as proficient with it. For me personally, I just think it's a life choice. Whether or not you want to do it is what you want to do, but for me, it was my passion, and that's why I chose to do it. My father is pretty adept at technology because he's an IT guy at a hospital, but my mother, on the other hand, she's not very tech savvy, and I think that might be because of her background and, again, the choice of not wanting to go that route. One thing I could say for sure is virtual reality. That is still something that I'm not used to, and I don't think I'll be getting used to it anytime soon. It's just totally weird and how it works. Though the flip side of that is augmented reality. I think that's pretty awesome. So I would go back to when I got my first video game, which was Sonic the Hedgehog 3 for the Sega Genesis, and that's because I think that's what really kickstarted what shaped me as a person. My cousin is actually the one who gave it to me, and from that moment on, I loved video games. Never stopped playing them. Still play them to this day, and I want to make them. So yeah, I think that was the moment I want to go back and relive to see what made me who I am. I feel like my life was shaped from video games and being able to play them for as long as I did, and if I didn't have that in my life, maybe I'd be like something like an athlete right now. So I think my least favorite accomplishment in life was actually completing high school. I feel like that in and of itself didn't really give me anything that I didn't already have. It wasn't until I went to college and figured out, took classes pertaining to what I wanted to do, where I got experience and whatnot. And yeah, so I feel like completing high school itself was like my least favorite accomplishment. I definitely do feel that I've changed in the last 5 years. 2014 really wasn't that long ago, but since then I've definitely become more of a social person in terms of transferring here to Rutgers and being able to be more interactive with people, network, and get a lot more exposure to what I want to do. So I wasn't as outgoing. I was more so a go with the flow type of person, which still, I do have roots of that within me still, but in terms of who I was, I feel that before college, before I graduated high school, I was more of someone had to come to me for me to be able to talk to them versus me going out and saying, hey, I think that you like the same stuff I do, maybe we should talk or hang out or something.